Okay, so why did you pick this scene?
Well, Devil Wears Prada is one of my favourite films, and this scene in particular I thought didn't have as much emotion as it should. It was really blunt. The dialogue was perfect. I thought it was great dialogue. It was very inspirational, what Nigel says. But the acting wasn't as I expected it to be. Like Andy wasn't as sad as she's supposed to be, you know. So I wanted to recreate it, make it more emotional. As you can see, Elika's actually bursting into tears, and Robert is same as Nigel, but a bit more cold. So yeah, that's why I chose this film.
What are the key beats in the scene?
The first beat is when Elika stands here and looks at Robert, and they have eye contact. That's the first beat. The second beat is when Robert starts saying about talent, about how many students he sees and stuff. That shows that he's a lecturer, and it shows more about the characters. And then the third and final beat is when Elika realizes that she needs to be tutored, and then she's like, fine, tutor me. So those are the 3 beats.
So where's the turning point? Is there a turning point?
The turning point is when Elika has that self-realization, when she's like, no, please have mercy. And then Robert's like, go on, say it. And that's the turning point when she's like, fine, tutor me. And that moves the story on. Scene 1, shot 13, take 2, action.
My name's Charlotte Gollip. I'm auditioning for the role of Elika in Nikki's film, an adaptation of Devil Wears Prada.
Okay, so Elika, if you want this, start giving it your all. Be who Miranda wants you to be, or else give up.
Robert, I don't want to give up. I don't.
Then, what do you say? Are you in, or you're out?
I'm in. I'll do what it takes, I swear.
Well, if that's the case...
Oh no.
Elika?
Isn't there any other way?
Go ahead, say it. Say the words.
I can't. Please have mercy.
Say it. Say those words I've been dying to hear since you were a little girl.
Okay, fine. Robert, please tutor me.
Okay.
My name's Nico Diodoro. I'm auditioning for the part of Robert in Nikki's adaptation of The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes. She sniffles, blows her nose. He looks at her.
You done?
What?
You want me to say, oh, poor you. Miranda's picking on me. Poor Elika, poor you. Get real. Ms. Miranda Priestley is impossible. Always has been, always will be. Your job isn't about pleasing her, it's about surviving her.
Robert studies her.
Elika, I've seen a lot of students come and go. You've got talent. You're bright and insightful. But you're not committed to this course. I bet you haven't even read the textbooks.
He looks at her.
Elika, if you want this, start giving it your all. Be who Miranda needs you to be, or else give up.
Okay. Yeah. Balls in the way.
Isn't it? You're like...
sorry.
I think it was
That way might be easier. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Repetition. So 2 actors will stand opposite sides of the room facing each other. One makes a simple observation about the other, and they repeat the statement until they feel like they have to change the statement.
You're wearing a grey t-shirt.
I'm wearing a grey t-shirt.
You're wearing a grey t-shirt.
I'm wearing a grey t-shirt.
You're wearing a grey t-shirt.
I'm wearing a grey t-shirt. Black jeans.
Wearing black jeans.
Alright. Right, my sound guys, it was weird, wasn't it? Yeah. Have you done it before, or?
I don't think so. That's what you said. Yeah.
But does it make you feel awkward, or?
It is quite awkward. I'm more worried about the fact that I can't say things quickly. So like blue jeans becomes like new me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Struggle with like trying to not make it sound
Diction,
funny,
yeah.
because the more
Yeah.
you change the way you say something, the
Yeah, and
it
then there's
gets
a quick
really
change of
like,
sentence.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, there's one where you just you're really close, so in your personal space, and you just stare at each other.
Okay, yeah.
And you can't laugh or look somewhere else. You can blink, of course, but this is just to make yourselves comfortable with each other's personal space. So yeah, that's enough. Yeah. We'll do it for a few minutes. Alright, that's it. So that was 1 minute. Did that seem longer than a minute?
No, not really.
No? How did that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awkward?
I could feel myself. I really had a really
Yeah.
tense jaw. I
You get
could
it.
feel like I was trying to relax my jaw. I was focusing on that. It
Yeah.
was still like.
Yeah, you sound like balance as well.
Yeah, I kept moving my toes. I kept moving my toes.
Yeah.
I was doing that. I could feel.
So,
Yeah.
Just my body was doing weird things.
yeah.
So do you guys feel more comfortable?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay. So it says you want me to say, oh, poor you, Miranda's picking on you.
Cool. You want me to say, oh, poor you, Miranda's picking on you. Poor Elika, poor you. Get real. Miss Miranda Priestley is impossible. Always has been, always will be. Your job is not about pleasing her, it's about surviving her.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The main dialogue is happening on the table.
Alright, the camera's going to be there.
The camera, yeah.
He's just so scary and frightening and horrible and scary.
You done?
What?
What you want me to say is, poor you.
Okay. Last time. Let's do this. A bit out. Maybe. Out a bit? Yeah, I want to see her shoulder. Yeah, like that.
Okay, ready? What are your characters' motivations in this scene?
Okay, so we have two characters, Elika and Robert. Elika is clearly upset and angry and frustrated because she doesn't get the enough credit and support that she wants from her lecturer. And Robert, on the other hand, is just he has no motivation. He's just doing his work, and he finds Elika a bit of a nuisance, actually. So, but whereas when we go to the end of the scene, we see that Robert actually wants to help out Elika, and he wants to help her. He wants to tutor her, and he's like, yeah, go on, say it. Say that you want my help. So, but then on the other hand, you see Elika, and she doesn't want to do that. She wants to do it on her own. So you can see that she's quite a strong character. So yeah.
So what was the motivation behind your character?
Well, after reading the script and getting the character analysis from Nikki, I thought that I would play it as she's determined herself to succeed, but she's not getting anywhere with her lecturer, so she's sort of hit a wall. So she's a bit what's the word for this? A bit nervous, but a bit ambitious. So I don't know, I was trying to play it as if she had quite a bit of pride and arrogance as well, because she doesn't want to admit that she's not succeeding in her lectures and in her course. Yeah.
Okay. How well do you feel you were prepared for the role, like before set and during rehearsals?
Yeah, fine. I thought that Nikki gave a good character analysis. I was able to, because what I did is I wrote down on the script every sort of, even the director's notes as well as the lines where she was feeling, because Nikki gave me a section where was my personality or feelings of the character, so sensitive, determined, you know, bright, whatever. So I wrote down on the script every time, little arrow just saying, so for when I learned him, for when I could go over it in my head, that would help me. And that was it really.
How do you feel the actual shoot itself went?
Very well, very organised. Everything seemed really like it worked like clockwork. Really, you know, Billy, the camera lady, was very good. Took direction well from Nikki. Yeah, it was all very good. Very good.
Okay. So, what was the motivation behind your character?
For the scene, he was the main motivation. I think is to make Elika realise what she needs to do on her own without just outright telling her. So he kind of uses conversation and sort of persuasive tactics that he has of their personalities that he knows. Like he concentrates on his work, not on her, to try and get her to make the effort to approach him to want to learn.
Okay. How well prepared do you feel you were for the scene?
Yeah, really well prepared, because obviously we knew we'd have a lack of rehearsal time, so what Nikki did was send a character breakdown, and we had a bit of conversation back and forth on the phone to make sure we're both on the same page of where the character was in terms of motivation and in terms of the scene. So I felt very, very prepared when I got here, and everything was already prepared, so all we had to do is stick a camera on and let it roll, really.
The repetition technique, did you find that helpful?
Yeah, I think so, mainly because I didn't know Charlotte as well as I possibly could have doing the scenes, so that was a good opportunity to, again, break the ice, get to know each other a bit more, and sort of, yeah, it was like a bonding exercise as well, which was very helpful, so it was two exercises at the same time, which was really, really useful considering we had such a sort of, yeah, we were shooting it quite immediately, so that was great to get that done.
Okay, and how well do you think the actual shoot went?
From our end, I think perfectly, really. I mean, every shot was already pre-organised and stuck to a storyboard, which was great. There was no umming and ahhing. Nikki knew the shots she wanted, so she just got them in the order that she wanted. We had enough time to go back and do something again if there was any reason to. I said if there was a sound issue or something, there was plenty of time to go back. It was all relaxed, but at the same time, everybody knew what they were doing. They were well prepared, so it all went off right, I'd say.
Okay, hi guys. So this is my film, Dvpa, an adaptation. So as you can see in the opening scene, it's a shot of her legs. Initially on the storyboard I wanted a shot of her feet, and I wanted a bit more of an emotional thing, as you can see on the snippet of the storyboard here. I thought that could have been done a little better with probably a tracking device, as this was all handheld, and probably some more time. Because we did the inside shots first. Now, I found that this sequence was too long. As you can see, I was trying to build up tension between our character Robert here and Elika, which is the girl, but I think I overdid it by, I don't know, extending the scene, the shots a little more than needs be. So that could have been better edited, I think. So yeah, here I got another problem. When she sits down, her hands are on the table, but they're not clamped together as it was on this shot. And the continuity was just off, and this is because I did only 2 shots of that, and they were both, I didn't really see her hands or her backpack, things like that, so I had to try to edit it as close as possible so that it doesn't look too odd. Then we have the dialogue, which I thought was okay because it was shot reverse shot. And whilst Robert was talking, there was a shot of Robert, and then a shot of them two, and then a shot of Elika, mid-shot of Elika, showing her emotions and stuff.
It's about surviving her. Elika, I've seen a lot of students come and go.
I thought that Robert's background was a bit bland, a bit plain, unlike Elika's, which was the backdrop of the kitchen. But thinking about it now, it probably reflects his mind, his personality, which is plain simple. You know, he has nothing to cover, nothing to hide. Whereas Elika's more complicated, and her background's more complicated. So I would like to think of it like that. This panning was hand done with a tripod, and I thought my camera lady did really well on that. It was very smooth, very professional.
I can't. Please have mercy.
Go on, say the words that I've been dying to hear since you were little girl.
Okay, fine. Robert, please tutor me.
This last shot was, I thought, a bit different from the others. It looked different and it just didn't fit in, but I didn't really have any other good shots of him smiling at the end. But yeah, that's it.